Good day, everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful Thursday. Mafu, it is great to see you. Hello. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. Starting a little bit later, today was kind of crazy a little bit. Oliver, howdy, sir. Good to see you, Oliver. Just so those of you jumping in right now, I've set up my... Oh, okay. Well, you can see what I set up. Oliver, thank you so much. I've set up a whole bunch of different alerts, and I was wondering if I was going to get any, and Oliver subscribed with Prime. Thank you so much, Oliver. Sandrine, hello. Stick around, Sandrine. We're going to be taking a look at your project. It's been a rough week. I hope I'm safer now. Yes, me too. Katarina, hello. Check my work on YouTube. How? How? A riff, hello. I am doing well. I hope you're doing good. Speaking of doing good, I hope Katarina, I hope things have calmed down. We had some stuff happening. Oh, I know, you're just teasing me. But see, that was the interesting thing, is at what point in time when somebody's going to come in and say, look at my work. Okay, yeah. Are you going to join my Discord and post it there? I'm just curious. So just so you know, in a couple minutes, we do have ads coming up. And I am trying to get these a little bit more synced up with my intros. So if you do miss something because there's an ad running on Twitch, you're not going to miss anything. Most likely. Most likely. Sandrine says, hand pink waving. Hello, everybody. Are you bringing back Community Showcase? That's never gone away, Mafu. Agony is over for now, Katarina says. Yeah, too much time was spent on that person. They didn't deserve it. They did not. They didn't deserve our time, let me put it that way. Okay, let's go ahead, take care of some introductions. Hello, everybody. My name is Shawn. I'm a photographer. I'm based in Germany. If you're watching this on any platform whatsoever, you're going to see a Linktree link within the description, and it looks something like that. Clicking on that, it's going to take you to Linktree, and this is every place I am on the interwebs, and you can jump from YouTube to Twitch to Behance. You can join my Discord from here, every place I am. So speaking of the community showcases, if you want to show your work, make sure to join my Discord. If you're watching this as a replay that is on YouTube, or for that matter, Twitch, please subscribe, follow Bruce. Hello. And Bruce came in. Can you look at my work? Hashtag look at my work. Happy Thursday, Bruce. Good to see you. Subscribe, all that good stuff. Like the videos. It helps, I think. I don't know. I'm going to try to figure that out. If you're watching, if you jump over to Behance, you can subscribe to me here. Also, I do have a subscription area in which I share assets with the community. Or you can buy me a cup of Joe if you would like. I can't log into Twitch. Confirmation SMS is not arriving. Well, Katarina, that's okay, because an ad is going to start in 30 seconds on Twitch. But the good thing is, since I use Restream, everybody gets to see everybody's chat, unless you are on Facebook. If you are on Facebook, I highly recommend to jump over to YouTube or Twitch. That way you can see the community's chat all in one place. But if you're on Twitch and YouTube, you will be able to see Facebook's chat. So it's kind of funny. So saying ads are starting. How do ads work? I've never seen an ad myself, Katarina. Good question. Caroline, hello. Okay, so if there's an ad going on right now, we can keep talking because you're on YouTube. So as an affiliate, you get the opportunity to run ads. And I don't have control what the ads are, but you set up when you want the ads to run. And depending upon how many ads and how many people are watching depends upon how much revenue that you can make from the ads. So it's helpful for me that the Twitch people on Twitch will watch the ads. I am trying to make sure that I'm not doing anything of importance during the ads. I usually will take a break and stretch and rest, just rest my eyes. So Katarina, I hope that answers your question. Oliver says, can you configure the type of ads? Some people seem to have full screen ones that interrupt the stream, whereas others just have banners that pop up below. I have seen that, and I thought that there was a way to do both or turn off the overlay. Should we look at that together? I have no problem talking about this stuff. Well, maybe I do. Maybe I do. Hold on. I don't. Okay. There's nothing of importance here. So on Twitch, we have an ad manager. And so as an ad manager, you control like pre-roll commercials, you control, well, if you're going to have commercials. So what I've got right now is I've got how many minutes of video ads do you want to run per hour? And so I've got that, trying to figure out how to set it up. And then I've got it also the ad length and frequency. So every hour. I've got pre-roll ads went disabled when I run ads. So if I turn off the ads, then you're going to get the pre-roll. So the ads will come in as soon as you come in. But I've got that disabled. And then I think the stream display ads, I believe that that's what that is. Enabled to run stream display ads on your channel. So the display ads is when all of a sudden it'll shrink and then you'll see a little pop up like a lower third come up. I believe that's what that is. So, okay. So you've got pre-rolls disabled, yet I get pre-roll ads when I joined. And Bruce says, same here. You're not supposed to. I've got it disabled. I don't know. I don't know what else to do. You know, I'm trying to finally make a little bit of coinage, and I do mean coinage, from streaming. So Bruce says it's all good though, no worries. Thank you, Bruce. I'm trying. But I'm learning how to do this also. So we're kind of learning together, and as I go through and I'm learning stuff, hopefully if some of you that stream, I know there's some of you that are getting close, not in chat yet, but if you become an affiliate, hopefully this helps you out. It happens for every Twitch affiliate stream I enter. Oliver says, yeah, I can't help you with this because I've never had access to any of the affiliate stuff. Me neither. You know, there are people I know I could chat with, I could talk to, But Twitch is really freaking easy. Is really easy. I have to give props to Twitch, to the people that put it together. Like that pop-up that we had, that overlay, all of that stuff is preloaded. I mean, hold on, let me. So by the way, Oliver, I did add the commands in the description below. So if you're on Twitch, the commands are in the description. Let me jump back in. Katarina says, I usually notice people run them as you every hour. Yeah, I try, you know. Let's get into community. Nope. One moment, everybody. I can't see them in the description. What? Hold on. Interesting. This is okay. This is good to know. Tony, yo, hello. Oh, you put them in the description on YouTube, not Twitch. But it's supposed... Okay, you know what? Let's talk about this. Because this is not right. Lady Jane, it is good to see you. So, this is just really weird because there should be this description. Okay, the way, let me bring over Restream. Okay, the way Restream works is you activate what channels that you want to be active, and then you can update the titles, and it's supposed to update the titles and descriptions with all of them. Now, I have not looked on Twitch to see what comes up, but I am not seeing the stream description. So I need to look into that. Thank you for bringing that up. Tony, I apologize that I missed your stream. I was streaming also on Facebook. No, on on Discord. Discord. I'm trying to focus on too many things. Okay. Let me jump into here really quick. I'm trying to find... You know what? We don't need to go into this. Elena, hello. We don't need to go into this. It's super easy to do. Twitch has done a great job. So adding, you know, the little pop-ups that come up if there's a follower or something of that nature. So yeah. Anyway, I was reading up on Streamlabs last night. I'm not going to bash anybody for whatever it is that they do. Restream just happened to work for me very good. Twitch doesn't have a stream description, just the title. I need to look into that. Sorry, I miss people. The bot messages confuse the hell out of me. The bot messages. Oh, because it comes up and it says Restream. Oh. Mind the Gap. Mind the Gap. Thank you so much for the follow. Boom. Katarina, thank you for that. I'm having trouble spotting the message with the Restream bot. You know, I'm perfectly fine with that because at least you get to see the entire community. So that is a small inconvenience for the convenience of everybody, of seeing everybody. Okay, jumping into my Discord. If you want to share your work with the community and possibly get shown off on my stream, make sure to join my Discord. And you are going to see a couple feeds that are important. We've got your photos to edit. So if you have unedited photos, either raw or JPEGs, and you wonder how I would edit them, that's where you post them. We've got the regular stream chat. We have community artwork and project feedback. So in community artwork, you can put in projects, whatever. Usually the Behance projects go into project feedback, but it doesn't matter. I'll find it. I'll find it either way. So we have our own Sandrine. At last, a new Behance project from me, an illustration for the Lunar New Year, the year of the snake. Let me know what you think. I posted the link in chat, so make sure to check that out. And let's open this up. Caroline says, I'm getting used to it now, but it does help when Shawn says hello to people. I try to catch everybody. If I do miss you, I apologize. I'm surrounded by chat, so I'm trying to always catch it. Okay, we have the year of the snake, 2025 Lunar New Year. First off, right off the bat, I am loving the colors. I'm loving the texture. This is really good. Okay, I know Sandrine's for hire. Go ahead, open that up. Let's get back out of that. I'm digging. I love the font that you chose. The idea of the snake with the roundness font, the bubbliness. This is actually a really smart idea to use a font like this, because the way I feel, it's Sandrine's own font. Thank you for that, Jane. It's a long time coming. I put it on the back burner for so long until last week. I decided to pull my fingers. Well, good job, Sandrine. And congratulations, chat. You hit 100 messages already. Okay, Sandrine says, no, it's not my own font. It's one of Adobe's fonts. For people like me, I don't like snakes. And I know I've talked about this before live. And I'm just not a fan of snakes. And I can tell you why. I know exactly why. I don't need to tell that story again unless you want to hear it. So this is very, what's the word? It's friendly. It's very friendly. So I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, let's get into the artwork. I love it. This is absolutely, the font name is Burghi. B-U-R-G-H-I. I love the texture on the leaves that you've got going on. Just really subtle. These little black marks that you've got going on up here, just adding to it so much. I love the texture, almost a halftone coming through. Same thing with under the snake. Just so good. I love the shadowing. This is really, really cool because there's no, it's like there's no highlights. Hey, Frank, good to see you. It's like there's no highlights. It's just negative space. Like if you look here, we've got the border and the snake is the same color. And it's just really cool. I just really love what you did with this. It's subtle and so good. It's so good. This piece is so nice, Sandrine Franck says. Yes, I don't mind snake as much as I mind scorpions. I had a family friend who used to breed pythons and they're okay. Now, yes, okay, yes. Story time. We've got, hold on, let me grab the tangent train here. I think I've got the tangent train. Do I? Should. Here we go. I know it's tough to see, but tangent train. Kind of a tangent train. When I was little, and I mean, I'm 5, maybe 6, my older brother, during the summer, ended up getting a bag of chips or crisps if you're from the UK, and came over, and it was summertime, we're outside, and he's like, hey, do you want some chips? And I'm like, yeah. And you know, anytime that your older brother does something, I'm like, cool. Hi, Jackie, good to see you. I hope you're having a good morning. The background music goes with story time. Okay. So my older brother is holding the bag up like this. So I've got to kind of do one of these things trying to get into the bag. And I'm like, come on, come on. And I reach down into the bag, not being able to see what's in it. And it was full of snakes. Gardener snakes, but snakes nonetheless. Scared the heck out of me. So from that point on, not a fan of snakes. Bruce is saying, good day, Jackie. Caroline says, I had nightmares of snakes. It's always the ones with the huge fangs. Ooh. Tony says, oh, Shawn, I nearly forgot I was on the phone with David Cousin, and he told me to say hi. Hi, David. Such a lovely bloke. Sandrine says, hi, Jackie. Jackie knows. No, I don't think Jackie knows that story. And Bruce says, freak out story. Yeah, freak out city. Yep. No, I don't think. I mean, it happened so long ago. So. Pythons, okay. Adders, rattler snakes, etc. Not okay. Snake chips. No. For those of you that have been part of my stream for a while will remember a couple of years back, I was invited to do a micro, and I can actually bring this up really quick. Since we're continuing with the snake tangent, let's get over to here. One moment, everybody. And no, let's jump over here. Let's jump into portfolio. Let's go to animals, and let's open this guy up. So I was invited to a snake house here in Germany, and I had a new macro lens, and it was just, I spent many hours photographing these snakes. It was a blast. The scariest snake that I've ever seen was a cobra, and that girl possibly, was just not moving at all, and the eyes of a cobra are pure black, and it just sat there, and I honestly, I had to walk away. I mean, it was like, it scared the crud out of me. Not this shot, but there he had maybe 150 snakes, all kinds, and one of the cages I was photographing, I was standing up, and at my knees, there was a cage of baby rattlesnakes. Now, for those of you that may not know, baby rattlesnakes' venom is so toxic. It's so much worse than like a full-grown adult rattlesnake. Like it's condensed or something. I don't know. It hasn't been diluted with age. That's a horrible statement. Diluted with age. So anyway, the whole time I'm photographing this one snake, those rattlers were just nonstop. I mean, it was so freaky. It was so freaky. But this was one of those projects that really got me out of my comfort zone, which I always request people get out of your comfort zone. I came away from it fine. I didn't get bit. I got some good photos. So that's what snakes do. Just chill out. Don't talk to them. Let them be. They're a bit asocial like that. Any nightmares after that? No, I do not have nightmares of snakes at all. At all. I just don't like snakes. You know, that's the whole thing. I've seen an adder in the summer while it's on a hike. It was basking in the sun on the rock. We were so surprised. The only time I've ever seen one. Bruce, that's a polite wave. You're getting old. Yeah, my venom isn't as toxic as it used to. Yeah, so I've got a ton of snake stories, but we're gonna move on. Let's get back to Sandrine's fun snake. Okay, every year I try to create an artwork for the Lunar New Year, which is a good exercise to draw animals. I created the snake entirely using vectors with Adobe Illustrator, drawn using a 3D reference I have made using Illustrator, Adobe Substance Modeler, and Adobe Substance Stager. That gave me the kind of accuracy I needed for the perspective and the distortion of the stripes/rings on the body. It also helped having accurate highlights and shadows. See for the 3D references. Wow. Wow. Oh, no. Hold on. Oh, no. Is YouTube? No. Okay, it shouldn't be playing ads. Let me set that off to the side. My music should not be playing ads. Put it that way. If it is, it should have stopped. Burnt, hello. Good to see you. Happy New Year if I haven't told you yet. The music paused and there was talking. Okay. I've got it. I've got it in the corner of my eye now. So sorry about that, everybody. We just left it alone. My friend took a photo. It had beautiful markings. So basically the body of the snake is just a simple stroke tweaked with the width tool in Illustrator and then inflated with the 3D options. Wow. Tony says, my venom is way more toxic than when I was younger. It's slow acting, but very effective. I like that. This is a really cool process, Sandrine. Let's take a look at the close-ups. Really cool. I'm just wrapping my head around this one more time. I don't always take it in when I'm reading something. So, okay. It's a vector in Illustrator. So, okay, I get it. You used Substance Modeler and Stager to make the reference, and then you used that reference to create the snake. I'm with you. Okay, that is really smart. That is a great workflow. Make sure to appreciate that. And I will be the first one to comment. Great work. Happy Year of the Snake. Sandrine says, I've used 3D a lot before with Dimension, but illustration process, and I remembered one day we had a live with Musketon. I think Tony was hosting, and discovered I wasn't the only one. Now the skills involved aren't comparable with Musketones, of course. If I saw the stream, I probably would remember it. There's 99% chance I was there. Very good. Very good. All right. So everybody, happy Lunar New Year. The Year of the Snake. Very cool. Thank you so much for sharing that, Sandrine. Love it. And just as a reminder, on my Discord, if anybody wants to share their work, go ahead, share it. Share it on my Discord, and I will show it, if I like it, on my streams. I tell you, Instagram doesn't show the goodness of the project like Behance, just saying. I've never compared the two, so that's interesting. It was a long time ago. Okay, Cinema 4D and Illustrator. Ooh. Bert is so cool, love him. Oh, Bert! Yeah. I remember that. Hanks for the love, everyone. Sandrine says Hanks for the love. Hanks for the love? All right. Everyone's saying great job, Sandrine. Absolutely great job. For those of you in the United States, I hope you are staying warm, out of the snow, all of that stuff. It's been crazy over there. And you know what? The good thing is, I hope you can keep it. Or at least don't send it this way. Do not send it this way. Mafu says, now you're making me nervous. I haven't done a drawing in so long. Okay, that's not on me. Okay, so on the Discord, I've been being asked about Photoshop. Now, as I said in the last stream, beginning of the year, one of the things I like to do is just redo kind of an introduction to some of the apps that I use, like an intro to Photoshop. We did a intro to the Creative Cloud app, and we're going to do a introduction to Lightroom Classic and kind of go over that stuff. So today is going to be an introduction into Photoshop because some people have been asking about it, and I direct them to the in-app tutorials, which are really, really, really helpful in all of the Adobe apps. I try to direct them to the creative challenges. I don't want to direct them, I don't want to say, oh, look at my Behance, because that would be okay because it's owned by Adobe. I could say, look at my Behance and check out my live streams, but we're not there anymore. So I don't know. Sandrine says, I don't think it was a project in particular. I remember the 3D process with the Nokia phone, and I think it was showing The Last Supper as well. Okay, please tell us all about this shop of photos you speak. Brings a tear to my eye, reminiscing those lives, to be honest. Yeah. All the good stuff I learned. It was, I can tell you, the Adobe Live UK the challenges that they did were amazing. That was a great series. Yulia with the drawing, Tony with the InDesign, making a magazine spread. Those pop out to me, among others, but those pop out to me because it made me do something. It made me want to do something that I don't do in apps I didn't even have downloaded. So, you know, InDesign, not a freaking clue. It was Photoshop in the illustration, but I'd never used Photoshop for illustrating. And you know what? I'm going to be right back. Hold on, everybody. There were some blunders too. I remember the guy who made an anti-design. Oh yeah, left everyone speechless in chat. It was a one-off. The cat's in a Zoom meeting. Be creative. Adobe Live right there. Not the fact that we got presents or we got, you know, prizes for doing stuff with the Adobe Live. But that's a plus. I mean, it's always amazing when you get some merch, get a nice sketchbook, good hardback sketchbook. Yeah, those were the days. That was super awkward. Not as awkward as the disco bangers. I do not remember her name. It was fun, and I felt bad because us in chat were losing it. Just absolutely losing it. Okay. Poor Maddie, she had 3 tough ones in a row. Maddie is a rock star. She can handle it. Well, I mean, everybody on that was on Adobe Live on the UK's or German. The paper lady bits. Sandrine says, I love the disco bangers. It was humorous. No, it was hilarious. But the thing was, she was trying to like be serious. Like, I don't think she understood it. Is that the one with the sausage? Yes, the disco bangers. Yes. Yeah, we'll call it a sausage shape. Sausage plain bocce. No, we're not naming names, Oliver. I don't remember, to be honest, but we're still not naming names. Not gonna do it. Okay, all right. We we need to get going here. We're gonna start. Oh my goodness. All right. Hi, Umacorn. So today we're going to be just doing an introduction, kind of a deep dive going into Adobe Photoshop on the desktop. Now, for those of you that were in the Prompt Jockey stream last night, Daryl, good day. Popping in to support the stream and to say hi, working hard, thanks for the company. Thank you for being here, Daryl. I need to say this. How slow is your YouTube? I just caught Sausage Lady. It's about 15 seconds slower than Twitch. So, wow, chat is going. Did the train get back off its track? Maybe. I do have something I have to talk about. The thing is, apart from the very awkward, I tend to follow everyone on Instagram who got into the Adobe UK lives, so I'm sure I got connected. Yeah. Okay, 10-ish seconds. All right. Anybody that was in, and I recognize, of course, some of you that were in the prompt jockey last night. Forget everything I showed. Forget everything I showed. Absolutely 100% of that was under NDA. And nobody told me. I got into the Firefly, the Adobe Firefly meeting afterwards, and I'm like, hey, what is going on with this? And they're like, you're not supposed to do that. And I'm like, nobody told me. If seriously somebody just simply said, don't do it, you know, like, hey, this is NDA, you're not supposed to show it, I'd be fine. But at the same time, if Adobe wants Jack and I to do a stream 4 times a week showing off Firefly, keep us in the freaking loop. Okay? So if all of a sudden my Firefly looks totally different than everybody else's, because I've got a new one, call your lawyer right now. We had a long chat. So, Oliver, I'm not even going to talk about it. All I know is they weren't happy. I wasn't happy. We had a deep discussion, and hopefully something about communication will be discussed in Adobe today. I mean, honestly, I'm trying to do what I'm asked to do. So, yeah. It pretty much got to the point that I'm like, I am going to stop talking because all I'm doing is I keep telling you more and more stuff I did wrong. Oh, okay. That's enough about that. So, if anybody knows, Katarina should know what I'm talking about. If anybody knows what it is I'm talking about, you can't share it, you can't show it, you can't talk about it. It's all under NDA. So, in today's prompt jockey, I haven't looked what we're doing today. We're working on cotton candy. But guess what? I'm not going to be working in Firefly because I can't. Ugh. I mean, if you're streaming for them and there's stuff they don't want you to stream about, they need to tell you. I know. I've asked. I've gotten onto the on. Are you making NDAs with Firefly and Express? I have NDAs everywhere. I feel like I'm signing those like every other week. Slack. I'm on the Slack channel with Adobe, and so I send them questions like, hey, this came up. Can I show this? And they're like, no. Okay. So what stays in Firefly Discord stays in Firefly Discord. I hope. Okay, everybody, let's okay. That was I wanted just everybody to be aware to forget about yesterday. We are in Photoshop on the desktop. So some people have been asking, like, really, like, they want to know just basic introductions into Photoshop. So I think what's going to be kind of important is we can just go through it. Bruce, shh, come on, buddy. What did I just say? Ray, hello. I know. Good to see you, Ray. I hope you're having a great day. All right, so we are on the home screen. First off, up here, you are going to see the Photoshop icon. This is a quick way to end up getting to your workspace. So let's say you want to open up something that is from your libraries, which will get into all of that. You can just click on the icon. It will jump over, your libraries will load, and you can get into your stuff and start working. Hitting the home button again up here at the top is going to take you back to the home page. So there's a lot of stuff that is here. First off, if you want to create a new file, you click on New File, and you're going to have a whole bunch of stuff that opens up here. So first off, you've got your recent, your saved, if you've got templates or sizes that you've saved. We've got photo, print, art and illustration, web, mobile, film, and video. So you can click on that, or a lot of the time, because you're going to be working, over in this panel. Now, if you do jump in, let's say we go into print, it's going to open up a whole bunch of templates. Also, General, hello there. Good to see you, General. You'll have the opportunity for templates. Now, if you come through, you've got different sizes like your letter, your legal, tabloid, A4, A6, and the templates. Now going into photo, now you've got a series of different photos that are, or templates that are more set up for photography, like collages and whatnot. So you can always download those. And just as a reminder, a lot of these are free. They're included with your plan. So you can check those out and you can download them. Jumping over into the web. Now, let me show you something. In print, coming over here, you've got your resolution set to 300 PPI, DPI, if it's printing, whatever. We're just going to call it pixels because we have it set to pixels. And we'll get into that further. But if you go over to web, now you'll notice that it jumps over to 72. So just be aware, like if you're thinking, oh, I want to make a thumbnail. I want to make a thumbnail for YouTube. And you're like, I want it to be 1920 by 1080. So you just click on it. Well, you may want to turn your resolution up to 150. Maybe. It's up to you. A lot of people keep it at 72. I always go more than what I should. That's just how I am. I'm a jerk that way. I always turn it up to 11. So a lot of the time, let's get back to recent. So you're going to be working over here. Now, first off, you can have a preset details and you can give it a name. So as of right now, when you open it up, 99% of you, I'm going to say 99.9% of you, and I'm part of this. When you open a file, when you create a new file, you don't name it. You don't name it until you go to save it. Maybe that's one of those things where you're looking up at the tab and you see it says untitled with the star, the asterisk, and you're like, oh, I haven't saved yet. Uh-oh. Maybe that's why. I don't know. General says, I want more, and I know I shouldn't. That is true. That is true. Okay. So I'm going to cancel out of that. But if you want to save a preset, because over here you have saved right there, you come over here and this is the saved button. So you can do all the settings and then hit the save button and it will save the preset. I'm just going to cancel out of that. We're not worried about that right now. So first off, we've got pixels, inches, centimeters, millimeters, points, and picas. Picas. Is it picas? Picas. I think it's Picas. I know a lot. Some of you have worked in Picas. Picas. I have not. I've not had the opportunity. It is with it's with print. Shawn, good to see you. Happy New Year if I haven't told you yet. Picas. I knew Tony or Oliver would get me right. I thought it was picas. Oh, picas? It is picas. Pica. Caroline, Bruce. Yes, picas. Thank you for that. Baubles. Oh, I gotta put a bauble emoji in. Hold on. Where are you? There you are. Cracked bauble. Picars? Picars? No. There's no R. So, picas. Pizzas. Rick, hello. Oh, Rick's got the phonetic. He's got pica. He's got the upside down E, which is the Shawn. I'm not mistaken. I like the sound of picars. Good to see you, Rick. I hope you're staying warm. Okay, so anyway, depending upon what you're working in, you're going to be probably working in pixels, inches, centimeters, millimeters, something of that nature. If you're going to be working, if you're more comfortable working in points, maybe you are going to be working if you're more comfortable working in Illustrator, you may be working in points. It's up to you. So you can choose any one of those. I prefer pixels. Then you can actually put in Shawn Kozel. Yes. What did I just... General, why? I like to work in hands and furlongs and stones, Oliver. You just... 72 points in an inch. 72 picas in an inch, is that right? Whew. We are already going down a rabbit hole here. Oh, yes, Shawn. Yes. It's SCH. Shawn. Okay, I gotcha. Next off, you can go in, you can put in your heights, your height, width. We've got your resolution, and within the resolution, you can do pixels inch or pixels to centimeters. We've got our color mode. Now, the majority of the time, you're gonna be working in RGB. If you are going to be jumping in now, if you're going to be jumping into CMYK, you are going to know why you're going to work in CMYK, and you'll know to do it. 6 picas in an inch expressed as 6p. That I did not know. Sandrine says, I can be misled. I count in millimeter like all sensible people. Oh, Oliver, give him an inch and he'll take 4,561,920 points. Okay. That's funny. Was that part of the song? I don't remember that being part of the song. And if you wanted to express 80 points, you could say 6p8. That makes no sense. Okay, that's like here in Germany, you have if you say, oh, it's almost 12, it's 12 o'clock, or excuse me, it's 12:30. So it's 12:30, right? O'clock, the time. You say 12:30. No, here in Germany, they say 1:30. I'm like, what are you talking about, 1:30? That is the most confusing thing I've ever heard. Like 1:30. 1:30 is 12:30, but there's no 12 in it. Like 12:30, okay. No, 1:30. So every time that I travel to a new country and they're like, oh, so breakfast is at 8:30 and, you know, English is definitely their second language. I'm like, okay, now wait a minute. Is 8:30 like 8:30 or are you saying 9:30? It's like, oh, confusing. 1:30 is 13:30. Not in German, Oliver. Not in German. It's the same in my native language. Oh my gosh. 1,200 hours. All right. I'm catching up on chat. Makes me laugh when some people say military time. Easier. I mean, they use military time here in general. So if you say, oh, you know, you call up and you make a dinner reservation for 5 o'clock, they're thinking 5 in the morning. Why are you coming in at 5 in the morning? I have to say no, 1700. So, no, mate, it's for people who own a normal 24-hour clock. I have one of those college years. I had one of those in college years ago, Rick. What did I miss? I got a really cool ruler at Adobe Max several years ago from Jack Prince. It has inches, picas, points, millimeters, and agates, whatever that is. I guess it's a form of measurement since it's on a ruler? Now I get why Tony said, agates, nerdy. And then 3 means 2, 3, go, what? I should just be running the tangent train nonstop. Metric, except for construction, they keep imperial, and for water and cooking temperatures, they use are in Fahrenheit. Construction, I did a construction job. It was, I'm not going to name the companies, but the company, it was a Japanese company. It was a Japanese company. And all their blueprints, everything was done in metric. So they bought us all metric tape measures. And it was like, at first, your head's about to explode. But after a while, I'm like, I like this. I like this. This is easy. And Tony has such a ruler on my desk right now. I do not doubt it. I don't doubt it. Weirdos, maniacs. When I buy materials here in the UK, wood, etc., they speak metric. This is how I feel about imperial. I get it. But you have to be aware of whatever it is, you know, that you grew up with. Now, I have been in Europe for a long time, 12 years. So, you know, I'm pretty good at switching back and forth. Since I'm a European, kept imperial for construction sound weird, but I have to confess, it's better than metric. I don't know about that. If you've seen Star Wars, you know what happens with imperial. Just saying. Okay, I'm really trying to get this. We're still even on the homepage. We've got ads coming up in 5 minutes. It's almost break time. And I haven't even opened anything. Ah, okay. So we're going to move on. Next off, you have your background choices. With backgrounds, let's go ahead and open this up. You can choose a white background, a black background, background color, a transparent, or a custom background, whatever you would like, depending upon what it is you're working on. Usually the background layer gets taken away. Not for you, General, you're on YouTube. I always love how when selecting measurement systems on things, the options are Imperial, Metric, UK. There are so many color profiles. Yeah, the color profiles. Now, usually, I know I'm gonna probably get grief from chat. So this is the knowledge that I have. The standard Adobe RGB 1998 is good for screens. Now, if you have any tips about color profile in chat, I have no issue whatsoever discussing that. Okay. Tony says, I also have a typometer in my desk drawer. Just sent an image to the Discord. Ooh, which Discord, Tony? Mine? Talking about picas in Photoshop was such a tangent. Yes. But, you know, this is how we learn stuff. I'm a metric girl. Even in French, screens and tires get counted in inches, and I never wrap my head around it. I thought Adobe RGB was for print. Inform me. Inform me. Okay, let me jump over here. One moment, I am looking. Okay, someplace in my Discord, we've got a photo. Shawn added a project. I don't know where Tony put it. Adobe RGB is a wide gamut color space. I'm not seeing it at all. Rick goes, yes. Adobe RGB goes further into greens. Oh, you put it in the motion and art. I got you. I see it now. Okay. Okay, everybody turn your head. We've got a punk, which I heard Tony used to be a punk. Then as you get older, you're a punk. Then when you turn 20, you're a pun. And at 24, you're pew. Pew, pew, pew. Oh my gosh. Typo. Wow, that's actually really cool. I haven't heard of it called a punk. Your font size. What is this? What's the smallest one? Punked. Punked. Yeah, that's right. You're a punked until you're about 16. Yeah, 18, you're definitely a punk. Punkt is German for point, I think. That sounds right. All right. Wow, that's cool. A typo meter. Okay, check that out. Thank you for sharing that. Let me see what chat is saying right now. Bruce is saying, wow, snazzy. Unicorn saying, I remember those. Okay, I'm scrolling up. Most people, including me, will not have a screen that can cater to Adobe RGB in its entirety. Oliver says, my screens are 99% RGB, so definitely don't cover Adobe RGB. Mine is covering 100% sRGB, and that's already more than the basic ones. Bruce is laughing at me with the pew, pew, pew. You've been punked. I learned that years ago because of Blaupunkt is blue point. 4 point is the smallest legible and normally used for small print. Wow. Punk's not dead. Bruce says hello, ads. Hello, everybody. Okay, anybody hanging out? Tony, thanks for sharing that. That is really cool. We would love to get a tour of Tony's shop. Okay, we're gonna take a quick break. I will be back very shortly. Hang out, so save your work. If you haven't saved, stretch, drink some water, and rest your eyes for a second. I will be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for hanging out. And hey, Frank. Frank says we always learn something when Tony is here. I think that's a backhanded compliment. Ray says, I'm sure Tony knows stuff Adobe has forgotten. Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with that. Okay. We are getting, let me get reset up here. Okay. So a lot of the times, once you end up getting into a new file and you've got everything set up that you want, we can just say, okay, Adobe, you do have the choice between square pixels and all of these other choices. We are not going to go get into this. Just go with square pixels. It's easy. And you hit create. So you have a 1920 by 1080. So if you are going to be Umacore, if you're going to be if you do have a size and you want something to start with, like a 1920 by 1080, you can go ahead and open that up right off the bat. I made a mistake here. Let me turn this off. And if I come back up into new file, the one thing that I forgot is artboards. Okay, you can have artboards in Photoshop. Let's go ahead, create. Now let's get back into the home. Let's talk about artboards. So many years ago, I started, and let me actually get into Adobe icons here. There we go. Many years ago, when I first started streaming, I came up with this idea that I was going to make this grand document, and it was going to have every single thumbnail that I ever made. Light years? Possibly. So going back, I started creating this document. Now, let's zoom in. So with this, you can see that I have artboards set up. And I went through and I named them. Now, there was a lot more artboards here. A lot more artboards. And this file got huge. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. Now, if you look at the old ones, this is back when I only had the photography plan. So the only thing that I was showing was Photoshop, Lightroom Classic, sometimes Spark, and XD. That was it. So keeping everything kind of exactly the same, it starts to lag at a certain point. Yes, it does. Keeping everything the same. So if I jump over, let's jump back into here, going to the YouTube, going into live, and just keeping everything consistent, keeping the brand consistency. For thumbnails, for me, I am not trying to I'm not creating clickbait. I'm not trying to get people to come across my stream and go, ooh, what's this? I'm actually trying to show stuff off on my streams. So as you can see, looking on YouTube, okay, working in Photoshop and Illustrator, working in Photoshop and Lightroom. Here's the Behance. As you scroll down, Illustrator, depending upon what I'm working on. I've got some that have a ton. Let's get back over to Photoshop. If I scroll up, you will see, like on making Angus's birthday card, we used Express, Character Animator, Illustrator, Premiere, and Firefly to make that. So this is what I'm trying to inform people that I'm doing using a thumbnail like this. Frank says artboards in Photoshop are very resource consuming. It is, but they're also really cool. They're really cool. So if you get used to using, oh, you like that one? That's a seductive, yes. If you like the idea of keeping a consistency, this is a great way to do it. So when I get done with a stream and I go in, I take a screenshot, as you can see right here, and this is from, let me actually zoom in. This is from Tuesday. What day is today? Today's Thursday. Tuesday stream. So as you can see, we've got artboard 6.3. So if I open up 6.3, there are all my files. Artboards in Photoshop, using them with caution, particularly if raster layers are copied over and with smart objects as well. I really like, Jan says, I really like that concept. Thumbnails that show what's happening in the video streams are important for the viewer. I hope so. I hope. I mean, okay, so one of the things in your panels, if you double click on a panel, it will close, it'll collapse it. That'll make it easier for you to see what's happening over here. So what I have created over time is each one of these artboards, they will have a series of icons. I can turn them off and on. We've got the screenshot, and you can even see right there, it says screenshot taken Tuesday, the 21st. And so we've got the screenshot. I changed that out. I've got a color fill going over the top in which I can go through. I keep the point in the exact same spot the entire time, and I just change the hue within the color picker. And so I can come in and just change to whatever color I want for that day. We can cancel out of that. I move my logo if I need to. Then I've got my text right there with the big T. I turn off and on whatever apps it is I'm using. I change the text, and I can knock this out in probably 30 seconds. And then I upload to YouTube. So super quick, super easy, super useful to export in mass. Yep, we tend not to realize the amount of pixels in artboards, they add up. Yeah, this is, and it's behind my head. So let me switch sides and let me turn off my lower third here. One moment. Lower third, turn that off. Zooming in, this file is 123.6 meg / 1.79 gig. So it's pretty good size. It's pretty good. Not bad. Not bad. Okay, now the whole reason I brought this up is not to show you how to make thumbnails. That's not the point. We could talk about that if we want to. I don't mind. But when you are creating, get back into our home. When you are creating a new file, be aware if you have artboards checked or not. There are most times I do not want artboards. I don't want to mess with artboards when it comes to Photoshop. I want that off. Very specific times, like if I'm creating a Behance project, I do want, and you can even see it down here. Let me come down. We'll open this one. I do want artboards because it makes my life a whole lot easier. Now, this is just 2 artboards, and the main reason is because if you are having a texture, if you're having a pattern, something like that on your Behance project, it is going to keep it consistent. The pattern or the texture is going to be consistent and follow that entire artboard. So really, really important to know when to use artboards and when not to use artboards. Oliver says, I used artboards to make my 10-year project on Behance. The file is surprisingly small, considering it has 10 photos in it. 10 photos or 10 artboards? I used artboards to make my, okay. This is just a really super easy way to dive in. So, okay, we can close that down. So I think we're done talking about artboards right now. I think 10 artboards. Okay, 10 artboards. Each had a different photo as the background. I want to look at this. Where are you, Oliver? This is the one thing that I dislike about not streaming on Behance, because I could just click on a person's icon and jump in. I have to show 10 years, 10 photos. Okay, here we go. I'm everywhere and nowhere. You'll never find me. Too late. Too late. Ooh, okay. This is a cool concept. Now, of course, I've seen it already. Yeah, so the bits with the text on it were made in Photoshop, and each one is a different artboard. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. How did you... Is this with a photo grid? So you've got that photo, and then it's flipped. Assuming that this was made with a photo grid and you were able to... Why would it do that? How would it do that? The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unusual. Each pair of photo in the Behance project is a separate photo grid. Yeah, okay. I guess I haven't seen the padding done like this. This is a cool concept. Hold on, everybody. Okay, sorry about that. It's getting warm. All right, using photo grids. I haven't seen it done like this. I like it. I like it. Cool. Oliver, good job. Good job. I'm digging that. All right, let's get back over into Photoshop and let's open up our libraries. PJ, good morning. Let's see what we got in Max. Yeah. What photo do I like? Let's open up that one. Let's go ahead and hit edit. Okay. I wanted something just more interesting to look at than a white piece of paper. All right. Now, this is what we've got going on. We're going to go through the tools that we have within Photoshop. Very important. Over here, we're going to start on the left-hand side, and we can actually go ahead and bring this out so we can see it. This is going to be your toolbar. So all of your tools are going to be in here. Now, if you want to customize or you don't see your tools, let's jump into here. Go into Edit Toolbar, and you can even see here, let's make this bigger. What I've got going is on this side, these are the tools. Thank you. It is unedited. It was used at Adobe Max to show off the distraction tool, removal tool, distractions. So here you've got your toolbar tools and then your extra tools. So whatever tools that you don't want, you can go through and customize and drag and drop them over. Like the count tool. I think I did an entire stream on the count tool. I'm joking. I spent like 5 minutes. But all you have to do is, if I want to bring in the frame tool, I can just bring in and pop. There's the frame tool. And over here on my toolbar, because I do not have it nested, it pops right up and you will see it right there. If you don't want a toolbar, you can grab it, drag it over, and put it into your extra tools. Now, let's go ahead and hit done, hitting V for the move tool. This is standard by default what your toolbar is going to look like, these 3 dots. So if you want to get into your extra tools, that is where you grab it. Now, clicking on the edit toolbar, holding shift, hitting done, getting out of that tool has created a banana. I prefer to have a banana. I think it's fun, so let's go ahead and put some bananas in chat. And that is why, just for fun, it's an Easter egg, it's no big deal, but I think it's fun. I like having the banana there. Okay, so that is your toolbar. We can go through all the tools. We don't have time for that. Sandrine, have a great day. Oliver, are yours? Yes, Oliver's got the dancing banana. Those only show up on Twitch, but I love it. Now, if you all of a sudden, you've got all these panels and you've got stuff around and you're like, oh God, what did I do? I don't know how to do it. What to get back? What you can do is come over to your workspaces. Now, I have my own personal workspace set up. We can talk about it really quick. Storm did a demonstration of it. You're right. I wouldn't do a deep dive without the banana. And I can always come down here, hit reset, and boom, everything pops back out to where they belong, to where I want them. So let's go ahead and talk about workspaces just really quick. You've got the essentials, motion, painting, photography, graphic, and web. So you can go through and you can customize absolutely everything within your workspace, the locations of, whatever it is that you want. So if you go through and you start changing stuff, you're changing tools, you can come down and click on new workspace, give it a name, and that's going to give it a new workspace. So the last time that I've created a workspace was November 2021, and I can click on that to reset and everything will pop back the way it is. Now, up here at the top, we talked about your home. So you've got your home button right there. Then if you jump over, this is your active tool. Any active tool, if I hit B for brush, now it comes up. That's a mixer brush. I don't want a mixer brush. Let's just go into the brush tool. Now, let's go ahead and just make a new layer for the fun of it. We've got a brush and I can paint leaves that I was working on yesterday on Maddie's stream. We've got leaves, whoopee. Now, let's say I just mess this tool up. I mess it up and it's not working for me and I'm frustrated and it's, this is getting crazy. Here is one of the least talked about, but can be one of the most important things that anybody should know when you're working in Photoshop, because everybody starts to get frustrated with the tool. You're like, it's not working the way it's supposed to be. And if that happens, any tool, now this is any tool, you come up here to your tool indicator and you have a drop-down menu right there. You're going to right click on that. Now, if I just click on it, it says no tool presets. Okay, I don't want a tool preset. But if I right click on that, you're gonna see reset tool or reset all tools. So I can go in, I can say reset that tool. Now, as you see, I am no longer I'm going to hit D for our default colors, making our brush bigger. I'm no longer on the leaf brush. It reset that tool to the default soft brush, and it defaulted it to the correct pixel size. So if I do that again, reset tool, the starting size of this brush is 13 pixels. So you can see it's small. I use the square bracket to make it bigger, so that way you can see what's happening there. I found the Disco Banger stream 2021. Can't believe it was that long. I know. Okay, we're gonna keep going. Now, up in the tool, the actual toolbar, each tool is going to give you different things. So like as I use the move, it's coming up with alignments, show transformation controls, auto select. Each tool you grab is going to do something different up here in the direct toolbar. I don't know what the exact name of this toolbar is, but it is a specific toolbar. So as you can see, I have the clone stamp tool, and I've got a blend mode set to it, and it's got an opacity, a flow, the angle, which layers it's going to affect. And then if you're using a tablet, you've got pressure sensitivity. Yawn, have a great day. Thanks for stopping by. So that is getting into the specific tools. Now your tabs up here are really important because as you can see right here, this one I've just created and it's got the CR. I have content credentials turned on in my preferences. So that means anything that I create in Photoshop is going to have content credentials and I can put the content credentials on it when I export it. Ramrul, hello? Who are you? I don't know who you are. I don't know. That's the content credentials. Next off, you can see that we've got the artboards that I am working on right now. It's artboard 6.3. That is for my thumbnails. Now over here, this image, because it initially came in from Lightroom Classic, that means there's a copyright because any image that I bring into Lightroom Classic is going to have a copyright. And then I brought it into Photoshop and added it to my libraries. Lydia! Lydia! Hello. I am trying. Okay, I'm really trying. Thank you so much for reminding me names. I'm trying to get them down again. So Lydia, thank you for being. Happy New Year if I haven't said yet. Let's keep going. So share button. The big thing, you don't own this file. That's funny. Yes, I do. The big thing that everybody is talking about right now is doing co-editing in Photoshop. If you've seen some of the streams, like Lady Jane did one and I jumped in Adobe Express. Oh, I forgot my YouTube account is using another name. No issues. No problem, Lydia. So that is coming up on the web and also on the desktop in the beta, but in the future, so you can sign up for that. We also notifications, so you can get your Adobe notifications. We've got a search tool, or it's actually called the Discover tool, and these are a huge helper. This is in a lot, if not all, the Adobe apps. It has some great suggestions and tutorials. So if I'm trying to search for something and I want to say, where's the crop tool? I can come down to the crop tool and see up there at the top, it is actually showing me, oh, here's the crop tool in blue. we've got the perspective crop. Oh, the perspective crop is under the banana. So this is really helpful because it doesn't matter how often that you may be using an app. You may think like, oh, maybe this tool, maybe I need this tool. Now, where is it again? So it's a quick, easy way to help you find your tools. It also has suggestions. This is a new thing that I haven't really gotten into a lot. But let's say we've got remove spots, objects, people from your photo. If I click on this, now it is telling me, taking me step by step, and there's a video on how to remove these objects. Apparently the top toolbar is called options, at least that's what it's called in the show hide. Tool options. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm down with that. Yeah. So you can go through and it's telling you which tools to use, how to do it, and if this was helpful or not. Remove objects from your photo, all of that great stuff. So just as an example, I'm going to make a new layer. We're going to come over to the remove tool. Grab tool, there it is, the remove tool, and I'm going to click on that. And yeah, I know. And up here you've got find distractions. So if I go ahead, select on that, this is a one-click removal. I don't get to choose what it's going to remove. So if I click on that, and we'll let Photoshop do its thing. It's really working. It is really working. And I don't know if I actually said this, but highly recommended that you make a new layer, make sure sample all layers are on. That way you are working non-destructively. Okay, Photoshop is not liking right now that I'm streaming and doing everything else. So we're going to go ahead and just cancel out of that. We're going to cancel it. Tony, have a great day. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all your insight. Take care, buddy. I hope to see you soon. All right. So we're going to continue on. We talked about workspace. Now we've got a series of panels. Any panel that you may not see, if you come up here to the top and you go to Window, you are going to find all of the panels. So I know I've got the history panel, clone source. Let's jump into clone source. That is going to open up a new panel. And you're going to go, oh, okay. So you have all the controls of your clone source. So we can close that. Let's go ahead and let's open up notes. And notes opened up over there. So we opened up notes and you can obviously type in anything you want. Now let's say you want to keep that. So we can make that smaller and then just drag. I said drag, and you can bring it over here and place it into your toolbar or your filter bar or your panel bar over here. So I've got history, actions, all of our brush settings, brushes, content credentials, and so on and so forth. Now let's go ahead and make this bigger. So the not you. Come on, there you are. Okay. Did anything new happen for Photoshop timeline? No, I was using the timeline 2 weeks ago. If you're interested in the Photoshop timeline, jump over to YouTube and you will see custom emotes. 6 days ago, I was working in the Photoshop timeline doing frame by frame. So you can check that out. We are not getting into the timeline today because I just did it. Okay, so the main panels, like one of the most useful panels that you're going to come across is going to be the property panel. So if I go ahead and let's just make a couple squares here, and I'm going to hold shift, make one there. We're going to make one there and make one there. Now with that selected, as it's selected, you can see our appearance comes up. So we've got transform, and it even tells you, okay, we've got shape properties. If I click on the mask, it is actually giving me a vector mask because shapes are vector. But if we come into our shape properties, we can transform it here if there's specific pixel sizes that you want. Hi, Jack. Why are you not up on... What is going on my restream? Wow, that's slow. I don't know what's happening with restream. Good to see you, Jack. Just dealing with a lot of things lately. Yeah, you are. Let's see here. Okay, now it's caught up. Weird. Again, you've got a total control. Hi, Devlin. You have total control. You also have Pathfinder. So if these are things that you are familiar with when it comes into, let's say, Illustrator, we have a lot of the same features because shapes are vector. Stuart, hello. Good to see you, Stuart. So the properties panel can be very, very helpful, and that's why I always have it open. Your libraries, we're not going to dive into the libraries because the libraries are great. Info, I don't use that much, but I always keep it available. We've got the next thing that we're going to talk about are layers. And within my structure, we have layers, channels, and paths. But we are going to talk about layers. Now, as you can see, what we've got going on here, first off, when I made the first, let's just turn these off. Okay, so we have a background layer. Now, always your background layer is going to come in and it's going to be locked. You can actually just click on that to unlock it. So if it's locked, if we go ahead and we come back up and we lock it down right here, you've got lock right there. If we lock it down and we go ahead, hit B for brush, and we're trying to paint on it, we can't paint on it. From mixer brush. Ooh, we can paint on it. Okay, Command Z, Command Z, Command Z. You can't transform it. You can't move it around. You can destroy it, but you can't do that if it's locked. So if I try hitting V for the move tool, and I try to move it around, it's still. What good is the lock? Okay, you're not even helping me here. Not even helping me. Anyway, we're moving on. Let's zoom out a little bit. So when I started to make a vector object like the rectangle, it automatically put it on a different layer, and it gave you a symbol right here that says this is shape layer. So here I made two, let's turn it back on. I made two shape layers very quickly, and it put them both on the same layer. So down here at the bottom, and let me turn off the lower thirds real quick. There we go. Down here at the bottom, you've got your delete. This would be a great test for the remove distraction feature to get rid of the wires. Rick, I did it on Adobe Max. I did it live on Adobe Max. at Adobe Max. I had my own session. We've got delete the layer, add a layer, create a folder. You've got your adjustment layers. You have a mask, you have your FX, and then you also have a link icon right there to link or unlink your masks. So the lock is actually lock transparency. It means you can't paint on transparent areas. Tim, thank you so much. Now, the reason that it switched up like that is because as soon as I unlocked it, it turned it to layer 0. And that turned it into a regular layer and not the background. If I would have kept it as the background, but that is an absolutely true point because I unlocked it. And it turned it into a normal layer right there. So, big dummy. Big dummy. All right, so let's keep going with this. Good to see you, Tim. I hope you're having a great day. Great day. We always enjoy and anticipate the knowledge of those like Tim and Tony when they jump in. I love the chat that we have, the community here, because if we don't know something, somebody in our chat will. It's the smartest freaking community. I love it. Okay, let's dive into this. Let's go ahead. I'm going to grab our rectangles, just selecting it, and we're going to delete these really quick because we don't need them. When we talk about working non-destructively, it means we don't want to destroy our original image. We always want to be able to get back. Now, for this, let me open up my libraries. Let's go into Max 24. And any of these, let's go ahead, edit this. Now, if I want to jump in, again, this would be another good layer to test out the layers. Let's close some of these down. Don't save. You can get rid of you. If we make a new layer, we jump over to our remove, find distractions. Let's see if it works this time. Photoshop is not really happy when I'm streaming and doing some of this stuff. That's why whenever I get in and start doing anything like this, I'm usually on my laptop. So let's go ahead. We're going to cancel out of that. We can always just use the remove tool also. We can go ahead. We've got it set to auto. So we can come here, paint over, and go ahead, hit OK. Oh, it is not happy. Okay, there we go. Now we're moving. Not happy at all. And there we go. So that's the remove tool. Boom, boom. Does a wonderful job. How many live stream channels do you have now? I'm lacking now, Lydia. YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. And if I bring back Restream or Relink, we go on LinkedIn. But that's it. I've used to, for the last year, since December, so just over a year, it was YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and Behance. And we don't need to discuss Behance streaming. So I'm down to 3 channels now. And I'm an affiliate on Twitch. So speaking of that, let me look. 15 minutes. Okay. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. All right. Working non-destructively. So if working non-destructively, what that means, if I hit B for brush, and let's make this a god-awful color so you can see it. Hitting OK. If I go ahead and paint on this layer, that is destructive. If I zoom in over here, you can see the paint is on the layer. So I am literally painting pixels on that layer. Command Z, we're going to undo that. So if I make a new layer and Vandal, yes, and I paint there, now that is non-destructive. I have not done anything to this layer whatsoever. I can change it. I can, delete this layer, whatever you want. So it's really, really important to work non-destructively. With that in mind, using any of the adjustment tools over here, Photoshop is going to put it on a new layer. So if I go ahead and I go, oh, okay, I want a levels, we can jump in and you can see that layer is there. It can be turned off and on, and there's even a mask that's been attached to it. Now let's click on the levels, and let's say we want to, what do we want to do? Let's go ahead. We're gonna just darken everything up. Let's darken down the midtones. There we go. Now, anytime that you darken an image, that's going to create saturation. Now, a mask, remember, black conceals, white reveals. I click on the mask. Our default foreground and background colors come up over here. We are in white. Let me keep zoomed in here. If I hit the letter X, it will toggle back and forth. So I can use X to go from white to black. You don't have to use white or black. You could jump in and use shades of gray on the mask, which will give you types of or percentages of transparency. Let's go ahead and hit D, back to our default colors. We're on, let's go on black. So I'm going to hit X. Let's make our brush bigger, making sure that we are on a soft brush. And we can just go ahead and paint on that. And so what's happening here, if I go in, I hold down the Option key and click on it, you can see that I'm painting black on this mask. Now, all of the white, because white reveals, white is revealing all the adjustments that I made with that level adjustment layer. The black is covering it up. It's concealing those changes. So let's go ahead, hold down the Option key, click on your mask again, and we can continue on and just try to make a fake vignette there. And we can always turn that layer off and on. It's totally non-destructive. Now, there's the new adjustment brush. So if we come over and I reset. So I don't think I've got my adjustment brush in. Let me just double check. Since I reset and the adjustment brush is new. Interesting. I had all of my adjustment brushes down here. Whoa. Okay, that's opened up on a different screen. I don't want to jump into my generative workplace. Jack, have a great day. I will see you later at the event. And Remember, cotton candy, cotton candy, cotton candy. We're gonna move on. What? This is weird. This is weird. Okay, Command Z. We're just gonna move on. We're running out of time. So much to get through. Now, talking about working destructively, you see some people do this. They will have the layer and they're like, okay, I'm gonna duplicate that layer. So I'm gonna use Command J, or you can right click and you can come down here and do a duplicate layer and cancel out of that. And that will duplicate it. I'm gonna go Command J. So we've got that layer, and they do a Command L, and that opens up the layer panel, the levels panel, excuse me. And we can go through and we can say, oh, okay, we wanna go ahead and we're gonna darken everything down here. We're gonna go ahead, bring that down, and okay, we're gonna say good. Now, that's destructive. I've just darkened that entire image. Now, you could, to get the same effect as that, using a layer, I could come down here and click on the mask tool and then start painting with black, because black conceals. Paint on that mask to reveal our layer below. Why? Why? You don't need those extra pixels of duplicating your layer. Now, you can, if your workflow, you want to duplicate your layer and it makes you feel better, please go ahead and duplicate your layer. Duplicate your base layer so it's there. You can always get back to it. That's wonderful. It's very important for your workflow. You don't need extra pickles. No, you don't. No. So use the tools that you've got for what you're trying to achieve. To get to all those adjustments, you know, you've got a series of different filters, just everything. It's use the adjustment layers. Okay, we're going to talk about something really quick. We're going to talk about smart objects. That's going to probably be the last thing we dive into. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click this layer, and you know what? Let's do this. Command J. I'm going to duplicate my background layer. We're going to right click and we're going to come down and we're going to select convert to smart object. I'm going to convert it to a smart object. Now, if I add any filters, and you know what? Let's go big. Let's go big. We're going to go into Adobe Camera Raw. We're going to let Adobe Camera Raw. I know what's new. I know. Adobe Camera Raw is going to open up. And all I'm going to do is increase. Bruce says smart objects in the house. Yep. We're going to increase the exposure. And we're going to hit OK. Now, with that, over here within my layer panel, you see that I've added a smart filter. The smart filter is there because I've added a camera raw filter and it's a smart object. So we're going to, I'll leave that open. Next off, we're going to jump into filter, blur, and we're going to go to Gaussian blur. And we are going to blur this probably about 24 pixels. And hit OK. Now, I did not get into blending modes. that can be a whole stream on their own. Tim did an absolutely wonderful blend, a great blending mode stream, giving explanations. We have soft light and overlay for this effect to work properly. overlay is like way over the top. Soft light is better, but we're gonna go with overlay for right now. And then up here in your layer panel, you have opacity and fill. So I can bring down the opacity of that layer to achieve what it is that I want. Now, with that, over here with the filters that I've added, let's say, okay, I brightened that way too much, brightened it too much. So I want to adjust. So double click, smart filter stacked on top of this filter will not preview. I know that. I want to adjust that. So it is giving me blending options for the camera raw. So I can adjust the opacity. Let's take it down to maybe 70. I can change the opacity and the blend mode of the filter that I added. That is so cool. This is like having the adjustment slider in Lightroom Classic. When you do something and you're checking and you're like, oh yeah, and you keep working, and then you do the before and after and you go, oh my God, I went too far. And you got to turn that down. Or maybe you turn it back up. This time I went too far, I got to turn it down. I hit okay. So again, we went from this to this. Make it pop. Make it pop. Okay, let's cancel out of that. We're not talking about effects. We are going to delete that. We're going to do a Command J. I'm going to turn that one into a smart object using my shortcut key. And we didn't talk about shortcut keys, but we can. And I'm going to double click on that layer. And if I go back, not Santorini, we don't need that. Don't save. So here in the layer panel, you can see this icon right here on the layer. And this is saying, hey, by the way, this is a smart object. So when you double click on it, it opens it up in a new file. The smart object, what it's doing is, one way to think about it is you are taking that image or what your asset, putting it into a Tupperware plastic container and protecting it. And you can do anything you want to it, but the original image is going to be protected. So when you double click, it's like opening up that Tupperware and now you can get in and do stuff to it. So again, if I jump in, I make a new layer working non-destructively. I am still on a monster brush, and let's go ahead. Just for some fun, let's get into, where are my brushes? Let's get into my brushes, and we want a beetle. Why do we want a beetle? I have no idea. I don't like that. Command Z. Let's go. Does Tupperware, it's probably, Tupperware translate into German. It's probably invented by Germans is my guess. That would be my guess. Hit D for default. Let's do it in the black. Yes. So this brush was made with grays, so we've got a little bit of transparency. You can never have too many beetles. I think five's it. Okay, we can do that. So I'm gonna go Command S to save. We're gonna close that document, and boom, there are the beetles. So the beetles are now within that smart object. It looks like a weevil. I don't know. So now we've opened up our smart object, we've put in the beetles, and we've closed it again. Now we can't do anything here to the beetles, but if we go through, we make another layer. Actually, let's not make another layer. Let's make a, let's do a hue and saturation adjustment layer, and we're gonna go in and just get this funky, right? You can see, do we want to color? No, we don't want to colorize. I'm liking that purple. Which one is Ringo? The smaller one. Do I need to say that, Rick? Do I need to say it's the smaller one? Okay, so you can see we've got our color adjustment layer, our hue and saturation. It is set up. I could be totally wrong. I don't know how tall Ringo is. I really don't. But now the cool thing is the client comes back and says, hey, I love the purple, but there's not supposed to be beetles. It's supposed to be something else. And you're like, no problem. So double clicking on our smart object, it gets back in. We go ahead, we delete our beetles. We come in and we're like, oh yeah, it's supposed to be, we're supposed to have birds. Birds, let's add birds. Let's add geese. There we go. Let's hit return. Let's make our brush smaller. Smaller, holding shift will make it happen quicker. And we want some geese silhouettes. So we've got geese, and those are some big geese, but that's okay. We've got 4 geese. Let's make our brush smaller again. Let's rotate it using the arrow keys, make it smaller, and we've got geese going that way. Okay, now I hit Command S to save our smart object. We get out of that, and now we've lost our beetles. They've broken up. It's when the client says, I said add the beetles, not add beetles. Bliss, hello. You're still on, at least for now. Yeah, for a little bit. I am. Good to see you, Bliss. Bruce says ads. Ads are not. Oh, ads are running. Okay. So, oh, Bliss, it says you're a first-time chatter. Welcome in, Bliss. If you give me a follow, you will be notified when I go live. And I think the majority of you are already following me. I'm waiting to see if all of a sudden I get the follow notification. Anyway, good to see you, Bliss. So that is getting into Rick over on YouTube, yes. That is getting into non-destructive workflow. That's kind of the basis introduction to it. Next thing that we have, and because I thought we were going to run out of time, and we did not, is down here you have a contextual taskbar. We can move this up, put it right there. Depending upon the tool that you have active, it will change. So this is just like if you are working in with the properties panel. As you continue working and continue moving, it will change. Now, if you do not like it, if you feel it gets in the way, there's a couple things you can do. On the 3 dots, you can hide the taskbar, you can reset it, you can pin it, or you can watch a video about it. So if you just like, I just want this taskbar to be down here at the bottom, just stay there. Don't follow me. You can hit pin it. If I come through, so it's pinned right there. If I unpin it and I hit T for text and I click, boom, the taskbar comes up. It's telling me, hey, you use Montserrat 24, what's your center alignment, right, left alignment, and your text settings. So it will follow you around like that. And for some people, you don't like it. I understand. That's fine and dandy. So let's go ahead, just hit OK. If you want to get rid of it, you can click it and you can hide toolbar. Hide toolbar. Yes, I know where it is. Let's get rid of that text layer, put it into the trash. Now, I like the contextual taskbar. So if I go to Window, Contextual Taskbar, I can click on it. Now, a lot of the times what I will do is I will place it right there. This is just my workflow, and I will pin it right there at the bottom. so it doesn't follow me around, and kind of important. Problem is, if you hide, is the stuff that's in it isn't anywhere else. No, it's everywhere. This is Photoshop, or dock it on the option bar. You cannot dock it. You can't, it doesn't dock. You can pin it there, but then if you go into a tool that fills it up, it's gonna cover it up. I wish it would dock there. The problem with that, Umacorn, and this is, so Oliver came up with the correct name, that it is the tool option bar. And as you go through and you're selecting different tools, you're gonna get different amount of tool options, which means for the placement of that bar, you are gonna have to have that bar in the options for every single tool. I think that would not work at all. If you want to dock it right here by your tabs, now the difference is some people in chat probably have like 35 tabs open, so you would be covering up your tabs. I just don't think having it as in the tool options, having it as a dynamic toolbar that changes with the tools that you're using, but also would have to move and resize with the tool that you're using. Put it in the properties. Yeah, pin it. But then again, depending upon what you're working in, will depend upon. Vertical won't work because you're typing. If I go in, there's the select, the adjustment brush. Son of a. There are, in the Photoshop meetings, there's a lot of discussion about it. Some people have turned around to really enjoy it, to like it. I wonder if it does the same thing as an Illustrator. When you open up multiple windows, it disappears or pops up in the wrong window. I have not had it pop up in the wrong place because, like I showed before, let me make sure it's unpinned. Let's unpin it. If I hit T, it pops up where you're working. So Command Z, let's get rid of that. If I go in and let's grab our selection brush and I use the lasso, boom, it pops up right there under. But that's the same with all the toolbars. They all change depending upon what tools you're using. I don't understand why we need a separate floating one. Turn it off. It's whatever your workflow is, turn it off. If you are against it, that's your workflow. There's nothing wrong with it. Turn it off. Nobody's making you use it. Nobody is looking over your shoulder going, use the contextual taskbar. Oliver, why aren't you using the contextual taskbar? Huh? But when there's the stuff in it elsewhere in the various tools and panels, I couldn't find them. Like, what? You've got anything at all that you can do in Photoshop, there's probably 5 at least 3 different ways to do it. Different ways to get there. That's, if I turn it off, I can't find the things that are in it elsewhere. No. Where? Okay, the things in the contextual taskbar are the things that are already in Photoshop. Tim's saying, he's looking over my shoulder right now. I don't doubt it. So it's not like they made the contextual taskbar and then they put tools that don't already exist or filters that don't already exist in Photoshop in it. They didn't do that. It's the contextual taskbar is a tool. It's or not even a tool. It's just a different way to access. People keep saying that, but it doesn't alter the fact that I can't find them. Okay, then Oliver, let's go Command D. We're going to deselect. When that happens, you can come up here. One, you can search for tools and help when you can't find it. One way. Two, you can come up here to help, click on help, and search for tools or filters that you can't find. Or three, or if you're German, three, you can end up using the search function within your OS. So just that way, there's three ways to find what you can't find. I don't mean to sound like a jerk, Oliver, and I'm not saying you're wrong that you can't find it. I'm just saying maybe you can't find it, but it's there. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Because I've never heard of anybody saying that when you turn off the contextual taskbar, tools disappear. So let's jump in. Let's hide the bar. I've never heard that. I've never heard anybody say that now my tools are gone. So, okay. I'm really sorry. I hope I don't come across as a jerk. I'm not trying to be. I'm really not. But I guess I am. All right. One last thing. I showed you how to end up getting the banana. Something that you may have seen is within my panels. I know right now Oliver is writing a book in Discord, and as soon as I'm done, I'm gonna get a list of things and examples that he's right. This is the one that Oliver always gets me whenever it is that I'm wrong about something, which is often. I'm not gonna lie, I'm wrong. I could be totally wrong about this. I've never experienced it. Oliver calls me out and I appreciate it, and I have to say thank you, because if you chat don't call me out, then I'm just sitting here talking to myself. When do I get to learn? When does Shawn get to learn? Come on. When Tim and Tony are in chat. Okay, here we go. Maybe the last thing, unless there's a question. I'm actually scared. Oliver has gotten quiet. Press tab. Hold on, everybody. I'm getting nervous. Let me bring this up. Where am I? Oliver says, sorry, I tried loading Photoshop on my PC froze. That's because your contextual taskbar was turned off. If you don't have your contextual taskbar unhidden, it won't allow Photoshop to load. Okay, I think I can show this. When Oliver goes quiet, I get really, really scared. We got 253 chats and 227 coming from Bruce. So, Elena, welcome back. Okay, let's jump back over into Photoshop. His PC froze. Okay. Another thing, customizing your Photoshop. Make your life easier. We're gonna go up to File, Edit. Edit. Oliver says it's because the PC is running a bunch of VMS and Photoshop wants resources they're not letting it have. This is so Willy Wonka with the colors. I like it. Yeah, me too. Can't even close it now. You're welcome, Elena. We're gonna go up to Edit, and then down here you have a choice: keyboard shortcuts, menus, or toolbar. So let's go ahead, and for now we are going to select toolbar. Excuse me, cancel. We've already done the toolbar, edit, menus. Okay, and that popped up on the wrong screen. So up here at the top, let's talk about this. You have keyboard shortcut and menus. So first off, if I go to keyboard shortcuts, and let's come on down and let's look at our filter, and zooming in for camera raw filter, you are gonna see something. It's got the keyboard shortcut. So it is Shift Command A. That is for camera raw. You can change these. You can add keyboard shortcuts. Everything here is adjustable. So I don't need the blur. If we come down to, let's cancel. We need to go to, see, this is hilarious because I don't even know where it's at. So it's under filter, convert for smart filters. Let's get back into there, edit. I've created my own shortcut, and this is Paul Tranny's shortcut, and I really liked it. So if we go into our filter, you will see convert for smart filters. Now, if I click into there, my filter is Command Option Control S. Now it's saying, hey, whoa. This is already made for smart objects. Control Option, Command Shift is already used and will be removed. So I want to get rid of that. So if you want to add a shortcut for anything at all, this is where you do it. Make sure you can find out what's being used, what's not being used for shortcuts. Make them. If you're doing something often, use it all the time. Let's jump over to menus. Same thing here. I can, within a menu, the new file, so file new, you can toggle it on and off. So if you don't want to see that anymore, you can turn it off and on. Or you can give it a color. So let's cancel out of that. So things that I use a lot: save as, export as, or artboards to file. These are things that I've gone through and I've colorized so that when I'm streaming, or working for that matter, my eye is drawn to those colors immediately. I'm not sitting there looking up and down for something that I use all the time. Select inverse. There's a shortcut key for it, but if I'm jumping into the menus, I can find this quickly. So this is a really easy thing. Adjustments, we've got an image size, canvas size, and again, edit, go to menus. You can add a color. So if we go into select and deselect, Command D, I'm not worried about that. Let's do a select sky. So I want that visible. Let's give it a color and let's give it blue for the sky. Yeah, that's cool. Select subject. Even though when I'm doing a selection, this is, again, you can do anything 3 or 4 different ways. Let's go ahead. We'll give that an orange and hitting OK. Now, if we go into our select, you can see it's giving me the select subject and the select sky, the colors there. Now, be aware there are colors here that don't work well. Let's try a couple of these and we'll test them. We'll stay in select. We'll select all, and what was it? I think it was gray. And it's due to the fact that I'm working in dark mode. It's the interface color. So some of these don't come across good. If we go with gray, get back into select, like the gray, you can see it. It doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for me. So, test out which colors it is that you like, and that would work. I'm just going to say none because I never use select all at Command A. So, okay. Are there any questions? We are getting close to being done here. Let's go ahead. B for the move tool. Let's make our Photoshop a little smaller. I'm not seeing any questions per se. But next week, we're going to continue on with our introductions, and we will be doing an introduction into Lightroom Classic. Really quick, since you're here, okay, you want an introduction to Bridge. Here's the deal I will make with you. I am going to do an introduction into Frame.io. Okay? This is as much as me learning as thinking that a lot of you need to take a look at this. Doesn't matter what it is you're working in. If we finish the Frame.io stream early, I'll download Bridge. Did you get any further looking into those Adobe courses and stuff the other day? No, that was a rabbit hole, Oliver. Not looking into them. Oh. I still might do 1 or 2, but I don't know if it would be interesting live. I mean, people stream on about everything on Twitch, so that's a maybe. That's a maybe. Rick says, not a question, but a helpful thing for me is to add the single row and single column marquee tools to the toolbar so I can quickly switch between them with Shift M. Yes, now the only time that I use those tools is when I'm doing pixel stretching. So I keep them hidden, Rick. I went over the edit the toolbar. Where are they? I couldn't remember. Give me a moment. Caroline saying, could you do an introduction to Premiere? It's an app I don't know and I'm a bit scared of it. Absolutely, Caroline. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I will do Premiere. Premiere. I just wrote it down. Absolutely. That's a great idea. Okay, give me a second here. I was gonna make a thumbnail, but we've got better things. Let's get on. Give me a second. I have tried to upload my cloud. I do a lot of screen capture editing. I'm not questioning that, Rick. Tutorials. Okay. Give me a second, everybody. All right. So what I did, and this is Oliver was saying he doesn't remember. So I opened up my Creative Cloud on app. Down here, I clicked on tutorials and it opens up on the web on this page, and you will see the Adobe Digital Academy. Now, getting into this, I was talking about the possibility of doing one of these entire courses live. Oliver says, wow, my PC is really not happy. I think I've found the limit of how much stuff it can run simultaneously. Or it's me. It's me. So this is something, let's get back to the homepage. Here we go. I was talking about possibly showing this live and doing one of these full lessons live. And to be honest, I'm like, some of these are not interesting to me. Some of them are. So like this health and science communication, no, I have no interest. I think some of these other ones are really would be interesting to check out. Some others, not so much. Like, I don't want to do a job application essentials live. I just don't. So there is a possibility I've got this set up within my Creative Cloud of maybe doing one of these live. And I am not going to put out a poll to have you choose which one I do, because I know you're going to choose health and science. I know it. I'm watching you on your Mac, okay. Nobody ever wants to see forms made. Devlin cries. The health and science. Data storytelling, maybe? Maybe? Is that a form? No, Devlin, you're right. Honestly, I don't want to see it. I'm sorry. I know it has to be done, but so, okay, here we go. Let me write this down. Name, ... address, ... So here, this is what we've got for upcoming streams. I've got Lightroom Classic. I've got Premiere, Frame.io. I've got the Adobe, oh, we already did that. The Adobe Digital Academy. So that's what I've got right now. I have QuickTime written down also, but that's for Bruce. I'm not going to do a stream on QuickTime. Talking about Star Trek. You're gonna make General leave, Bliss. What was I gonna do really quick? Oh. We were talking about, let me bring up Photoshop again. Before Rick got here, we were talking about editing toolbars, and he was saying that he uses the single row, single column marquee tool. So we discussed that. That was one of the very first things, because you got to talk about the banana. You got to talk about the banana right off the bat. Let's see here. Let's go into home. Since everybody is here for the next couple minutes, and I'm going to knock this out, I was working in Photoshop. So let's go ahead and we're going to make a quick thumbnail. We want artboard 6.2. Let's open that up. We're going to zoom in. And every time I do this, Tim asks the same thing whenever I add in my screenshot. He's like, you didn't use the frame tool? No, I did not use the frame tool. So bring that over. We're going to resize, hitting OK. Let's get in. We're going to recolor. Let's go with I want that purple to pop. Let's do that peach right there. Let's grab my logo, and it doesn't matter. I can't see the Kozel photography. I can put it right there. That works for me. Next off, let's turn off the Lightroom Classic. Let's grab our text. And where's my text? There's my text, Adobe Live. We're going to double click within that. Is Megan here? Yeah, Megan, hi, welcome in. So we've got that all, and we're going to do an Adobe Photoshop. I like deep dive. Deep dive. Okay, let's go ahead, make this all left. Command A, left aligned. We're going to grab the marquee tool. We're going to select here. Make a selection within artboards. If you are going to align anything, I'll show you this really quick. You have only align to selection. Most of the time it says align to artboard or align to selection. In artboards, only selection. We're going to go Command D. I'm going to hit V for the move tool, making sure I'm there. Shift V to get to the move tool. I'm going to hold down Shift, and we're going to move this up, because on YouTube, we'll have information down here in the bottom. Shawn, is this saved as a template? Is that a thing in Photoshop? It absolutely is, and I can show you really quick. This is not a template because I do not want to save it every time. I don't save it. So we will show you really quickly. Let's collapse this down. I'm going to right click, quick export as a JPEG. And we're going to put this onto our desktop. Just add some numbers to it in case I already have a thumbnail, because I stream a lot, and I can hit save. And it is saved. Now here, I'd close. I do not save because I do not need 500 thumbnails. I'm like at 4 something for streams. I don't need that many thumbnails. So what did happen there? I just got a big boom by Bliss. You just redeemed, okay, Bliss, you redeemed a big boom that scared the heck out of me. So that means, I gotta switch screens. You get to see the background. Thank you so much for the big boom. That really scared me. I was like, Bliss says I'm clicking stuff. What the heck is going on? So that's the big boom. Thank you so much, Bliss. Thank you for showing up. What was that? Bliss ended up using some of the fun time points for a big boom. So if you want a big boom, thank you, you can actually redeem points, fun time points, when you have no idea what does what, and you say, let me see what this does. What do you think of the points? I didn't even ask. Well, that didn't work how I expected it. Yeah, what did you do? I can see it on Twitch. I only recently started paying attention to points. For those of you that don't know, in Twitch streams, for the points, you end up getting the streamer, if you use them. Oh, you highlighted the message. I can see it on Twitch. When you use points, and I didn't realize this until I became an affiliate, for every point that you spend, the streamer gets a penny. So, I've been in like Maddie's stream. I have all of these points and I've never used them because I had no idea what they were for. So now I know that those points actually gives pennies. Whoa. Okay. Who is that? Was that Megan? Big boom from Megan. We get another big boom. I'm going to have to change. I really got to change this up. Thank you, Megan. Bliss says, same Shawn, I'm going to start using points. Yeah, I'm trying to. You just got 100 points. I did just get 100 points. Thank you so much, Megan. Thank you for jumping in. Means a ton to me. Yeah. Oliver, I'm going to keep it running. Or hold on, just for Oliver, let's bring... There we go. Now we bring it back for Oliver. These alerts scare the heck out of me. Where do you find that, Shawn? Click on the points. Click on the, first off, do the points look like it has, the glass, why can't I speak right now? Hold on. Okay, let's turn that off. 1 second. Can I do fancy stuff on YouTube? Not yet, because I'm not an affiliate. I'm not, yeah. They don't like me on YouTube. Hold on, I want to see. What are bits? Bits you have to buy. Okay, we may. Okay, it's muted. Let's close that down. Oh. It didn't say, well, maybe it has to be accepted. Okay. This is weird, everybody. Pay attention to me and the highlighted message. Hey. I see you, Bliss. I see you. Okay. Oh, this is getting weird. Down here at the bottom, you've got channel points and bits. The bits you have to buy, and the channel points you get for doing stuff. So as you can see here, these are the options. You've got the big boom. You have highlight my message, unlock a random sub emote, send a message. So I created the big boom, obviously. Thank you, Bliss, for the 100 pennies. I created the big boom because I thought y'all would like that. So that's what I did there. Now I need to get out of this. Get into creator. Okay. This is making me upset. So yesterday I ended up Ray. I gotta get this. Okay, we're gonna do this right then. We're gonna do this right. I gotta figure this out. See, I only have one screen set up for the big boom. So I need to set it up so I can do this on many. I know what I'm doing after today's stream. Thank you, Ray. Now, Daryl. Thank you, Daryl. You guys are awesome. Don't spend a penny all at one place when you don't really think a thing through. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Okay, so I'm trying. Let me move this out of the way. I'm trying to set it up so this is going to be the point. It's not just going to be a round circle. So that's what I'm trying to do. Okay, let's turn the boom off. Let's get back over here. You know what? Let's try it live. I didn't know the streamers get money from using channel points. I've got so many accumulated on other channels because I don't use them. I know, me too. How many pennies for a beer in Germany? Oh my gosh. Not that many. By the way, this is hilarious. Let me jump back over here. So we've got Big Boom Daryl, Big Boom Ray, Big Boom. Oh, we got a giantify an emote from Bruce. Oh my gosh. That is huge. Okay, that's funny. Big Boom Ray, Big Boom Oliver, Big Boom Megan, and a Big Boom Bliss. I've had thousands of points that I never used. We go, who did we get a big boom from? Caroline. I'm in the wrong screen. There we go. I've had thousands of points that I never used all the time. I could have been making it rain pennies. Making it rain. Rick, I'm sorry, Rick. I'm sorry. Sorry. I would. Now we got a big boom Bruce. Okay, we got to do this off and on. No, Bruce gets a holy Snikes. Bruce gets a holy Snikes and a boom. There we go. Okay, this is just too much fun. This is way too much fun. Now we got a big boom from Daryl. Daryl gets a holy Snikes. You get a holy Snikes. I may have to make more of these. Umacorn, you get a big boom. Thank you. Lydia says that's fun. Yeah, I got to set this up properly. I did not. I honestly didn't think this was going to go this crazy today. Let's give Umacorn the big boom. An individual big boom. I don't want anybody to feel like I'm shorting them on a boom. Okay. Thank you, Umacorn. Let's jump back into here. So on Twitch, you can customize your points. Now, Shawn is rethinking Twitch, pressing Stream Deck, head in hand, quietly making Glenn groans. It's like a penny arcade. It is. I didn't think it would go this crazy today, and then I showed up and started the chaos. You did start the chaos. I think I've set mine, but don't know how to check those alerts. Oh, okay. We can, okay, first off, the big thing about alerts is you have to put them into OBS. What's the name of the ogre again? It's Glenn. It's Glenn. All right, let's do this really quick. So customize channel points. Now, I don't know why this is not working for me. So points name, this is what the channel points are going to be called. And I'm doing fun time points, okay? So we've got fun time points. We can save that. That's what it's called. Now let's drag and drop my emotes in. So a 28 by 28 pixel. Let's drag that one in. Good. Now 56 by 56. There we go. Good. Now 112 by 112. That is good. This is what it's going to look like now at the bottom if I did this right. So let's hit save. And it didn't take it. I don't know why. I think that's fun. Oh, you see it? Alerts, I'll get to alerts in a minute. Give me a second, Uma. Crud, somebody send me a screenshot. For me, it's just round. It's still the dot. Somebody send a screenshot in, is it the hourglass? Let me know. Same for me. Hover over it. Oh, it does say, but it's still round. Yeah, it does say fun time points. Okay, well, we'll figure that out. Let's get into, let me switch screens here. I said switch screens. Okay. Now, when you are on Twitch for alerts, now as an affiliate, get into alerts. There we go. Alerts. You have your alerts over here, so you can create an alert box. Now, if you're not an affiliate, you're not going to get all of these yet. You can have up to 20 alert boxes. I don't need 20. We can go ahead and go into edit. So this is the way it works. Let me switch sides again. Do you have to wait for the icon to be approved like the emotes? I don't know. It doesn't say that anywhere. So I'm just looking. Now, all of these, so let me collapse this. Follows, subscription, gifted subscription, bits, raids, charity, hype train, channel points. Y'all been doing that. And goals. So if you're not an affiliate, you won't have all of these available, but you will have most of them if you're just a normal streamer. Now, all I did is very simple. You're all designers, you're all creators. If you go into follow and you just literally go from general down layout, set, text, speech, it will do exactly what you want. So going in, new follower, alert of any new follower on your channel. Then you can select what your animation is. It's super, super easy. Now, everything is already made for you. You can customize it. You can make your own. And in the future, I may do that. But right now, I'm just using Twitch's. You've got your layout, how you want it to look. Okay, then you've got your text, and this is what I hear when it goes off. I'm hearing sound effects and stuff. So you've got the message, so-and-so just followed, blah, blah, blah. And you go through all of this. Nothing is difficult at all, right? So you'll have a save button. Once you get into here, celebration is a totally different thing. You can preview the alert. And so this, you see the fireworks. Jax just followed. You see the fireworks. I don't see the fireworks. So that is what the celebration is. I see the Jax just followed. Now, if I want to send the test alert, it will send it to OBS. So when you're not streaming, you can do that. Here is the important thing talking about OBS. Down here, you have the browser source URL. You copy that. Let me bring over OBS. Sorry if this gets weird. You bring in OBS. You turn in right here. I've got Twitch alerts as a browser. You add the browser from Twitch, okay? And then once you get it, and if I click on it, you can see I've got it up in this corner. So I'm not taking over the entire stream or screen. Then once you get it placed in size, you right click, you come up here, you hit copy, and then you go into each scene, and you right click and you paste reference, excuse me. You paste it. So on every screen in which I am there, it doesn't come up in the intros, it doesn't come up in the be right back, but any of these, there is my Twitch alert. So you only need one URL, and it's all of them. So let me switch screens again. So that one URL that is down here, boom, holds, follows, subscriptions, gifts, bits, raids, and charity, hype train, channel points, and goals. So that one URL does all of that. Why does your test say Jax and mine says Kevin? Because when I send it to OBS, it says Shawn Kozel just followed. If you come in here, you've got different voices, right? And different voices say different names. So depending upon the voice that you choose, it will have something different. But as I was working on this yesterday, every single time I tested it, it came up with a different name. If I do, will it be Jax again? Yeah. Jax just followed. Oh, crud. Okay. That is a good question, and I have absolutely no problem sharing. All of this Twitch stuff is new to me. I'm learning it. So if there's anything that I learn, I'm more than happy to pass it along to you. So we're all in the same community. So remember, if you are getting to the point and you're starting to Twitch and you're trying to figure this stuff out, hit me up. Let me know. There's some great YouTube channel or YouTube videos that you can see, that you can check out. But let's see. Did you giantify another emote? You did, Bruce. I just noticed that. I'll probably have some dumb questions. Devlin, no problem. I'll give you dumb answers. I don't know. No, I'm listening. What even is this? No, that's actually, I've had that question more often than not. Because you don't know what you don't know until you know it. Okay. Wow, today was a long stream, but that's okay. We actually went through a lot. I'm happy with that. We will be back next week. Sounds like Glenn popping up. Ugh. Got to remember in Premiere we really have to do tone shifting. Show you how I did Glenn. I made Glenn's voice. Fun stream today. Yeah, we had a lot of tangents, and that is perfectly fine. I'm not trying to create anything, so I'm perfectly fine. Everything was today was a great stream, and it was because of all of you. So thank you, chat. Thank you to the community. One thing now, Rick, I don't know if Rick is still here. He's probably taking a shower. But one thing was adding emotes to YouTube. Somebody has said that. Frank, thank you so much. Devil, thank you. Caroline. Somebody said that, and it's like, okay, I need to look into this. Because I do want to make this fun for everybody. And so far, Twitch has been fun. I can't believe I'm saying that. I'm still here and still smelly. Oh, Rick, I can imagine you smell like cedar wood. That's what I think. Oh, okay. Oliver, here we go. Bruce says, and it's snowing. Wow, chat's going. Bliss says, had fun, and chuckles. Thank you, Bliss. Oliver says, thanks, Shawn. I'm going to have to check my tools in Photoshop versus the contextual toolbar and its taskbar. I was obviously just being blind before. Oliver, educate me. If you discover anything, educate me, because if you do, then it's a bug. Andrea, hello. If you do, it's a bug, and Photoshop needs to be aware of it. So it's fun because of the community. Absolutely, Umacorn. Absolutely. Okay, so I think we are coming to the end. Jack and I are going to be live in an hour. I'm going to be live again in an hour and 5 minutes. We are going to be working with Cotton Candy. I cannot show. Oh, we have an ad break in 1 minute 50 seconds, so we got to finish this out. Cedarwood. Yes, Andrea. Rick, I have an imagination of Rick. He just smells wonderful. Bliss just dropped all my pennies on Shawn. Nice. Thank you, Bliss. Everybody, thank you so much for the big booms. We have Umacorn, Daryl, Bruce, Caroline, Daryl again, Ray, Umacorn, Megan, Bliss. Thank you for the big booms. That was a lot of fun, and it was overwhelming to me. I'm just going to have nightmares of that voice. More like rotten wood. Let's see what else is going on. Yeah, I've got nothing to announce. Next week we've got a ton of streams set up. We will be doing more deep diving and tangents. I want to thank you all for being here. Today was a lot of fun. And if I don't see you today is Thursday. If I don't see you in the Firefly Discord, I'll probably see you in Adobe Live. I've got a meeting, but I usually do both. And I hope you have a great rest of the day. Thanks all for keeping me company. Thanks for being here. Daryl, thanks for the highlighted message. And everybody, whoa, Bruce, woof. Thank you everybody for the gigantified emotes and the pennies. Fun time, maybe I should call them fun time pennies. Interesting. Have to think about that. That's pretty not a good name, I don't think. All right, everybody. Everybody, I hope you have a great rest of your day. And you know what? Everybody gets a boom. You get a boom, you get a boom, you get a boom. Everyone gets a boom. Thanks for being here. Stay safe, stay creative, and just be nice and have fun. I will see you all soon. Bye, everybody. Right when an ad breaks. Come on, Twitch. Bye, everyone. Wait, hey, is Uma live? You made me come back. Who is live? Hold on. Oh, God, that messed the settings up. Hold on. You made me come back. People we don't know, and now we have an ad. Oh, sorry, Bliss. Okay. Bye, everyone. Hey, if Umacorn was streaming, I was gonna come back and raid. But okay, for real, I'm leaving now. Bye.